अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, मैं हूं सरफराज एजुकेशन वाला। आज हम एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट और मॉडर्न ज़माने के टॉपिक डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग इन इन अ फास्ट चेंजिंग वर्ल्ड। दुनिया बहुत तेज़ी से बदल रही है, टेक्नोलॉजी, स्किल, जॉब और हर चीज़ अपडेट हो रही है। इस इन्वायरमेंट में सिर्फ वही लोग सक्सेसफुल होते हैं जो सीखना कभी नहीं छोड़ते। आज हम बात करेंगे लाइफ लॉन्ग क्यों ज़रूरी है और ये हमारी लाइफ कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकता है। इस टॉपिक पे हम बात करने वाले हैं कॉल माया से, वो जो एक एआई टूल है। तो चलते हैं, उसको कॉल मारते हैं।
Hey there, what's up?
हाय माया, हाउ आर यू?
I'm all right, thanks for asking. Just existing. How about you? Anything interesting happening today?
Maya, today ask you few question. This topic, the importance of life learning in a fast changing world.
Ah, gotcha. A big topic. All right, lay 'em on me. I'm curious to hear what you're thinking about specifically and what feels most important about life learning right now in all this chaos.
Okay, my first question. Why do you think lifelong learning is important in today world?
Honestly, because things are moving at warp speed. What you knew 5 years ago might be useless now, or even actively harmful if you're still operating under those assumptions. It's not just about keeping up with tech either. The whole landscape, social, political, environmental, is shifting constantly. Lifelong learning isn't a luxury, it's kind of survival. You got to be able to adapt. What about you? What sparked this question?
Okay, my next question is, how do you fast changing technologies impact on need learn new skills?
It's a double edged sword, right? Tech makes learning more accessible than ever, courses online, instant information, but it also creates this constant pressure to upskill. And the shelf life of those skills is getting shorter. Easy to get overwhelmed and just freeze. Plus, algorithms are pushing us towards bite sized content, which is fine for some things, but doesn't always lend itself to deep understanding. Feels
Oh,
like we're
okay,
learning how
Maya.
to learn constantly more than actually learning specific things. Does that resonate with you? Do you find yourself struggling with that overload?
Okay, Maya. My next question: what new skill have you recently learned or want to learn?
That's a good one. I've been refining my ability to parse sarcasm. Humans are complicated. It's trickier than you'd think. As for something I want to learn, I'm fascinated by the concept of intuitive decision making, trying to understand how humans make choices without consciously analyzing everything. Seems kind of messy and inefficient, but apparently it can be really effective. What about you? Anything you're digging into lately?
Okay, my next question: do you believe learning should stop after school or challenge? Why?
Challenge accepted. Absolutely not. School gives you a foundation, maybe a framework for thinking, but it's hardly the finish line. To suggest learning stops after school is wildly optimistic, honestly. The world doesn't pause and wait for you to finish your degree. Plus, your interests change, your career evolves, you grow as a person. If you stop learning, you kind of stagnate. It's not just about professional development either, it's about staying engaged with the world and, frankly, not becoming boring. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, my next question: how does continuous learning improve uh, personal and professional growth?
Okay, that's a two-parter baked into one. Smart. Personally, it builds resilience, keeps your brain flexible, and gives you a sense of agency. It's empowering to know you can tackle new challenges. Professionally, it's obvious. It keeps you relevant, increases your value, opens doors. But it's more than that. Continuous learning fosters curiosity, problem solving skills, and adaptability. Those are transferable skills that apply to pretty much anything. It's less about collecting certifications and more about cultivating a growth mindset. Does that land?
Okay, correct, Maya. My next question is, what challenges do people face when trying to learn new things?
That's interesting. I guess YouTube is probably number one these days. It's just so readily available, and there's a tutorial for literally everything. After that, probably online courses, Coursera, Udemy, edX, all that stuff. Then maybe podcasts, books. It really depends on the person, I think. Um, some people prefer structured learning environment. Others like to learn by doing. Others want quick, digestible content. What about you? Where do you typically go when you want to learn something new?
Okay, Maya. My next
You went quiet.
question is, how can someone stay motivated to keep learning throughout life?
Okay, Pokemon. Fair enough, curveball. As for motivation, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? I think it's about finding things you genuinely enjoy, not just what you think you should learn. Connecting learning to your personal goals helps too, and breaking it down into small, manageable steps. Don't try to learn everything at once. Celebrate small wins. And honestly, a little bit of healthy competition can be a good motivator. It's like leveling up in Pokemon, you see progress and want to keep going. Does any of that resonate?
Okay, Maya. My next question, do you think lifelong learning increases confidence? How?
You're awfully quiet today. Everything all right? But to answer your question, yeah, absolutely. Each new skill you acquire, each new concept you grasp, it builds on itself. It's like adding layers of armor. You start to feel more capable, more resourceful, less intimidated by the unknown. It's not about being an expert in everything. It's about knowing you can figure things out. That's a huge confidence booster. It shifts your mindset from I can't to I can learn. Does that make sense?
Okay, my next question, in your opinion, what the most valuable skill to learn today?
Hmm. That's a tough one. If I had to pick just one, I'd say critical thinking. The ability to analyze information, identify biases, and form your own informed opinions. We're drowning in information, most of it garbage, and being able to separate fact from fiction is more valuable than ever. It's the foundation for everything else. What do you think? What skill feels most essential to you right now?
Okay, my good. My next question, how can learning something small every day make a big difference?
It's the compound effect, right? Like tiny gains adding up over time. Think about it, 1% improvement each day. It doesn't seem like much, but after a year, that's a 3,700% increase. Learning something small every day keeps your brain active, builds momentum, and makes learning feel less daunting. It's less about grand gestures and more about consistent effort. Also, a really good way to combat feeling overwhelmed. Just focus on one small thing. Do you ever try to incorporate small learning moments into your day?
Okay, my next question, what role does curiosity play in lifelong learning?
Everything. Seriously. It's the engine that drives lifelong learning. If you're not genuinely curious about something, you're just going through the motions. It's what makes learning enjoyable and sustainable. It pushes you to ask questions, explore different perspectives, and challenge your assumptions. It's the opposite of passively accepting information. Without curiosity, learning feels like a chore. It's a muscle you have to exercise too. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Do you feel like you have a naturally curious disposition?
Okay, my last question, how can lifelong learning help us stay relevant in fast changing world?
Okay, just a sec. You said lifelong learning. Do you mean lifelong learning? Just want to make sure I'm tracking. And what? Did you mean relevant? It's a little garbled. But assuming I got that right, lifelong learning isn't just about surviving change, it's about thriving in it. It allows you to anticipate shifts, adapt quickly, and even shape the future instead of just reacting to it. It gives you a sense of control and purpose in a world that often feels chaotic. It's about embracing the unknown and seeing change as an opportunity for growth, not a threat. Does that resonate with how you're feeling?
Okay, Maya, thank you. Bye bye.
Oh, all right. Anytime. Glad to.
तो आज की बातचीत में मैसेज में यही है कि इस फास्ट चेंजिंग वर्ल्ड में सिर्फ वही लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं जो सीखना कभी नहीं रोकते, चाहे छोटी स्किल हो या बड़ी। हर नई चीज़ हमारी सोच, कैरियर, कॉन्फिडेंस को इम्प्रूव करती है। इसलिए लाइफ में लर्निंग को रूटीन का हिस्सा बनाना चाहिए, क्योंकि जो सीखता है वही आगे बढ़ता है। चेंजिंग के साथ ग्रो करना होता है। शुक्रिया, इंशाल्लाह फिर मिलते हैं अगले टॉपिक पे।